Hello everybody, Ray Garner with Garner's Games, here to do my weekly comic review. This week, this is a pretty big issue in my opinion. Skinbreaker. This is from Robert Kirkman. He is, of course, the person who brought us Invincible. And our artist is David Finch. And it starts with some very amazing backgrounds. We're following here our little chieftain guy. And they're out on the hunt. They're basically, they appear to be running from a beast. Now, one thing I'd like to note is that the swords and have this kind of glowing, almost red or amethyst style crystal. And I really do like the design of the characters. And what they're running from on this splash page, as it starts to catch up to them, is this big old beast. And they've set a trap for it. Got it to basically dive after them and into a pit of spikes. Now, they keep talking about the strength of this guy who is the chieftain. And he's talking about it's a shameful way to hunt. His time is over. And the other gentleman's with him says, no, there's still strength in you. Strength within you. And he tries to basically break open the jaw of the beast that's dying. And he can't do it. So the young guy, he goes and does it and says it doesn't matter. He tells him he must challenge him. By the way, the young guy's name is Anook. And he's like, no, you are still needed. If not you, then others will learn of my weakness. And then they will make their claim. By protecting me, you are endangering us all. You will see. Man, he's got grim determination that he's going to prove the old chieftain wrong. But they are dragging the beast back when another member of the tribe shows up. And he's kind of already figured out that the chieftain's on his last leg. Oh, by the way, the chieftain's name is Enor. It's E-N-O-R. I also like the design of this guy because it looks like he basically got slit open on the one side of his mouth. And as they basically, him and the young guy, Anook, are about to come to blows, the chieftain basically calls them off. And they continue on dragging the beast back to the village. The children are super excited he is back with the feast. And as they're all sitting around the caves and the fire's burning, even the young guy's wife is trying to get him to challenge the chieftain. He says, you know what you're asking of me to do? And she says, yes, husband, and I will, and still I ask it. And this is where at the end here where we start finding out why it's called Skinbreaker. Because you can see his son's skin is, for the most part, not really there. And we have a big ceremony the next day where, this is very well done, too, by the art. We have kind of like a Stonehenge design and sunlight coming through the deal. As it hits the chieftain's sword and goes through this crystal, the sunlight hits these kids who don't have really skin yet, and basically it burns skin onto them. It's the best way I could describe it. And the boy, Imam, he doesn't get the skin. And as the challenger, Fall, he basically demands that his son, who's too young for the normal ritual, because he's holding up his son by one leg, prove that his bloodline is the strongest. And the chieftain says, "You risk your son on the altar of pride." So he does the whole sword thing. The baby screams out, but then sprouts the new skin, younger than he's supposed to be able to do it. And here we see that. It's real strength. It's been far too long since we've witnessed this. Our chieftain can barely lift the soul breaker, or skin breaker. In order, it would be too weak to hold it by his grandfather, if not shattered by so many sons ago. Hey, kitty cat, move along. And he's pointing out the other gentleman is way too weak. And as he gets ready to make the challenge, the young guy jumps forward and he makes the challenge. And the chieftain says the challenge has been made. If Anouk ends my life, he will succeed me as chieftain. And that is where the book ends. Very quick pace. It's all Kirkman stuff tends to be. But art is very stunning in this book. The storyline is a pretty classic style with a little bit of a twist with the whole Skinbreaker being a sword that reflects the sunlight and forces their people to basically grow skin to where they can withstand being out in the wild. Very barbaric style concept. So really, really good. Stunning. I think this series will be possibly a big hit. So I do highly recommend it. Check it out. And watch out for that sunburn. See you next week.